Welcome back, guys. You are in for a treat tonight. Tea time with Aaron. And today, we are discussing the truth about the cameras of the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra. And the only way to get the truth about anything is to take a look at it, to look into its soul, to look into its eyes, and to ask yourself,
what kind of picture can you take?
Let's first start off with the 8K footage. Now, I want you to look at both of these clips and I want you to make a guess. Which one is on the right and which one is on the left? Let's take a look. We're gonna go ahead and test out a little bit of the focusing on this to see if it can actually track me or if the auto zoom is kicking in like crazy and it has to hunt for me. We're gonna go ahead and really put this to the test and see what kind of results we're getting. Now, I was doing a comparison side by side earlier back at the studio. One of the devices completely failed, which means it recorded the audio but none of the video, which goes to show you that either device can be pretty glitchy. The technology is still not where it needs to be, but can you figure out which one was recorded on which device? Let me know down in the comments and we'll reveal it later down the road. So our first picture that we have that we're looking at together is just a beautiful foliage, and you can see that the Ultra is absolute trash. It's horrible. It has to be the worst picture I think this camera has ever taken. But if you go over to the Plus, it's so beautiful, it's so gorgeous, it's so luscious, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. It's mind-blowing, and if you can't see the differences, that's not my fault that you don't have a good eye. But stick around, don't go anywhere, maybe you'll actually learn something. Now, I haven't moved, I'm in the same location. I've just widened my view a little bit, and as you can see, the Ultra picture is garbage and the Plus is absolutely phenomenal. But can you tell which is which? Our third picture of the day, and you can actually see me activating the wide angle. Can you tell which one is the Ultra, the garbage, the one that has the blurry edges everywhere when you zoom in? It's like, come on, Samsung, why did you do this to me? Look at those photos. You can actually tell that the Ultra, the greens are dim. It's a bright, beautiful Florida day out. Why are the greens dim, Samsung? Why is the cheaper phone giving me better pictures? Here's a picture of the beautiful lake. Now I'm zoomed in a little bit. I think I zoomed in here about, how many times can this zoom in? Because I maxed out this zoom. I had to make sure I knew what I was talking about, right? Because if I don't, y'all be like, all in the comments and stuff. So I gotta make sure I knew what I was talking about. So here we've got another beautiful scene of the lake, zoomed in 30 times of the fountain. You can actually see how clear the water is. I will give some daps to the Ultra because with the larger sensor, the water droplets are a little bit more defined. I don't know where in real life this is gonna be important to you, but the water droplets are more defined. So there you go. Moving on. Squirrel! No, really, the next picture, it's a squirrel. Now, the Ultra, I had activated the 108 megapixel, and the Plus, we're just rocking at 12 megapixel. So let's just go ahead and zoom in on the squirrel a little bit more. Yeah, I don't really think that having a 108 megapixel sensor in this photo made any difference. I don't think it helped. I don't think it hurt. I think that it is a gimmick. It's a feature. And in this photo, it was absolutely useless. We got some foliage on the ground, a little bit of bark. I was just sitting there unattended, unsupervised, lonely and by itself. And I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go keep that piece of bark company. The bark said to me at the end of it, hey, for the love of tech, thanks for putting me in your video. But which one of these is which? Which one was taken with the 108 megapixel sensor and which one was taken with the 12? Can you even tell? I'm not gonna tell you, but I want you to head down to the comments and tell me if you know which is which. I love these bright, vibrant colors. You know this about me. Look at my shirt. We've got 108 megapixel up against 64 megapixels. Which phone took which picture? I'm gonna go ahead and put a poll right here. Another poll, if YouTube will let me have multiple polls, I'm gonna put one right there. And Tell me, which one do you think is on the right? Which one do you think is on the left? Which one is the Ultra? Which one is the Plus? Speaking of watching the videos, I'm gonna go ahead and answer the question. So on the 8K footage earlier in the video on the left was the S20 Ultra and the video on the right was the S20 Plus. Go back to the comments and check your answer and see if you were right or if you were wrong. And we're operating on the honor system, so comment on your comment and let me know if you were right or wrong. Thanks Nomadic Gear for supporting the channel. I'm kind of known for spending a ridiculous amount of money on luggage and high-end backpacks. Then I came across Nomadic bags and I absolutely fell in love with the Nomadic backpack, and now I'm in love with the Nomadic Carry-On Pro. This is a 2-bag-in-1 type of deal and it will not disappoint you. If you're in the market for some new luggage, a messenger bag, or a backpack that's big enough to take on a trip and still carry on the plane, then look no further. Take a moment and check them out. Link is in the description. Don't forget to click on the red sale link at the top of the page. You'll thank me later. Back to the video. Here we go, young blood. I think it's a beer company. I don't know. It's on a building over in St. Pete, but it's a newer mural. So I took a picture of it, I think the other day. It's pretty cool. One of these pictures I took with a 12 megapixel camera and the other one I took with a 64 megapixel sensor. But do you know which is which? If you are new to the channel, I'm going to tell you right now, I am in love with Dobermans. My first dog was a Min Pin. It was like my training Doberman. Her name was Duchess. Poor thing was not in the best living conditions when I found her. I rescued her, and now I have 2 additional Dobermans that I love. So this mural of this beautiful Doberman in the little mask is a little sad for me, but it shows some realness in the world. And one of these pictures is taken with the Samsung Galaxy Ultra 108 megapixel, and the other one is a Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus with the 64 megapixels. One of them is slightly naturally wider than the other one, so maybe that will give it away as to which one is which. So now is the same subject, the building, a different angle, and you can see the beautiful Tropicana field downtown St. Petersburg where the Rays play. One of these cameras handles the sun a lot better, meaning it absorbs more detail of the sun in the picture, and I feel the other one just kind of makes one big bright ball of flame. I'll tell you right now, I actually think that the S20 Plus handled the sun a lot better than it handled the Ultra. Which is which? I don't know. I'm gonna let Zach, the editor, label it right now. Bing. So there you go. This is a close-up, and the zoom on it is phenomenal that it can get that close. I didn't move. I stayed in the same place, which was inside my nice air-conditioned car. All those pictures were taken from the comfort of my car. But I will be honest, I don't think that there's a difference. I think that we're paying a lot of extra money for a camera that at this point right now, as this video is being recorded, March 19th, 7:40 p.m., is not really making a difference. It's the same to me, in my opinion. What we're gonna do next is we're actually gonna do a little bit of a comparison of how these cameras actually take different photos. And we're going to start with our lovely little Android guy. And we have Viper, the YouTube Bush. He's named after my friend Viper, the man about tech. Here's my dangerous unboxing knife. This is on the 108 megapixel. I'm testing out the autofocus on it because that's been a big point of contention with this phone. So as you can see, it does eventually focus in once it figures out a subject, but it takes a while to figure out what that subject is. And you can see this phone, this camera literally mimics, right? It mimics a DSLR. So we're gonna leave that there and we're gonna see what the autofocus does to this little guy. So how, is it any better, guys? Look at that. Is it any better? Everyone's like, the Ultra is so much better than the Plus. Guys, I don't know if that's the truth. Let's go ahead and just try to recreate that right there. Okay, that's looking good. And let's just try to snap it and see what that looks like. Now we're gonna go ahead and try to recreate the next one, and we're gonna try to get it to autofocus on that guy. I think we got it. These are 2 very different cameras, guys. 2 very different cameras, different aspect ratios. And let's see what it looks like when we immediately go down to the subject. How long does it take to zoom in, to identify it? Takes a little bit longer on the Ultra. Let's try that again. It's pretty bad on the Ultra, right? Now, the thing I have a problem with this 8K footage is the frame of it is so big that it's really hard to get a good gauge because we're just dealing in such a strange aspect ratio. So that about concludes this tremendous camera test, if you will. Not quite a review, but I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit of content. The Ultra or the S20 Plus, which is better? Is there advantage? Is there a disadvantage? The glaring disadvantage in the Ultra is the price. The stacked up disadvantage on top of the price is I don't know if it's any better. It's got a couple more features with the 108, and I don't know if they're necessary. I know they're definitely not worth the starting price point for the base model Ultra versus the base model S20 Plus. Personally, if I have to pick between one or two of these devices, this one is a beast of a battery. This one is gorgeous, fits better in my hand. Still has 4,500, 5,000 milliamp battery. When it comes down to it, April 1st is the day. I have to make my mind up by April 1st which one I'm keeping. I can't keep both. I don't want to have both. I don't need both. Guys, thanks for watching the video. If you like what you saw today and you want to see more fun, silly content like this, please go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to go ahead and show me a little bit of love, hit that thumbs up button. If you hit the dislike button too, I really don't care. And if you want to show me the ultimate creator compliment, share my content with your friends and family on social media. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Till next time, for the love of tech, namaste.